Okay, we're on record for our first review and a permanency planning hearing. Also, a putative father hearing. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Carson Howitt, lawyer, guardian ad litem.
Ms. Tasha Thomas, counsel for the department. Ms. De La Garza.
Brandy De La Garza, the foster care worker.
Michael McFarland, representing mother. I've been advised by the worker who's been in communications with her. She reached out. They're running behind. I know with the weather, we've had a whiteout here lately. She's going to attempt to also join by Zoom. She has a driver, so that's why I've been informed.
I do have a break-in logged in. Would you, whoever's logged in under this person, can you unmute and introduce yourself, please?
Reagan Bullswhite, mother of Brecken Bullswhite.
Very good. There she is.
Did she just come in, Your Honor?
Nope, she's been in here.
Oh, thank you. Didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't see her on the screen, so.
Because there's no video. If you don't have your video on, then we don't see you in the court.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I can go ahead and ask her to start the video. We do prefer to have video participants, but sometimes that interferes with the signal, so I don't always get too serious about that. Okay, well, let's go to Mr. Howard.
Yes, I was able to meet with the child on January 14th in my office with her foster mom. I'd say she's doing really well in this placement. The foster mom has some experience working with younger children, and in this placement, she has 3 older foster siblings, and they all show her love and attention and try to help out, even though they're a little bit, some of them are a couple of, not of that age just yet, but from the reports I've heard, visits are going okay. Some of what is reported at visits is not a concern for foster mom and not happening at home, just like the baby, being crying and, just being kind of unconsolable. And I think that may have something to do with just the inconsistency with visits that is going on recently that I've seen, and just not being able to recognize and identify cues on how to, assist with those. So another issue that foster mom brought to my attention was that since about December, mom has been told to the baby's moved up to size 2 diapers. Yet when the child's picked up from visit, she's being put in size 1 diaper still. So just maybe a little bit of lack of attention to detail, and just trying to sort through that. But there's a couple issues. Those are the couple issues that I've heard from visits, but I know the child is doing really well, and I don't have any concerns for the placement. Definitely think it's in her best interest to remain there while mom still sorts through some of these issues and continues to make progress through her case services. The baby obviously did not share her wishes due to her age. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Thomas, any opening comments, including about the potential putative father exploration?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I had provided, as relates to the putative father component, I had provided the court and fellow counsel and parties proof of service with affidavit of publications, one being in Monroe County and then the other in Lenawee County. I believe that both are accurate in setting today as the hearing date and time for putative father hearing. And if no individual has appeared, I would ask the court to make the determination that the putative father could not be determined and terminate the putative father's rights. I know that typically it's under the adoption code. However, just to clear up that outstanding issue.
Objections or argument?
Objections.
Do you find that to serve the interest of the child?
Yes.
Very good. I will note that those affidavits of publication are in the file. They are part of the court report packet today for review and submission, I believe. And it's appropriate at this point to declare an unknown putative father. And that's what the court order will reflect moving forward. Any other opening comments, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything by way of opening, Mr. McFarland?
No, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Howard's given us his report, so let's go to witness testimony. Ms. Thomas, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would call Ms. De La Garza to provide her report.
De La Garza, come on up to our witness stand.
You solemnly affirm or swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
whenever you're ready.
Thank you. Ms. Garza, for today's hearing, you provided a court report, and have you circulated any documents outside of this packet to the parties or to the court?
No,
Okay, and are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to the report or any of the attachments that you're aware of?
no.
Okay. At this time, what is the permanency goal for the child?
Reunification.
And what are the current barriers to reunification?
The current barriers are history of substance abuse, inappropriate, unsafe housing, and mental health, untreated mental health concerns and parenting concerns.
And since the last time we were in court for the initial disposition at the end of October, has Ms. Bowles-White engaged in any services to address the barriers that you just mentioned?
She has, yes.
And as it relates to substance abuse, the report indicates that all screens have been clean. Does that still remain true?
I did receive a screen result from January 22nd that does state that she tested positive for THC, but nothing else.
Okay. And at this time, do you still believe that it is unnecessary for Ms. Bowles-White to engage in like a substance abuse assessment?
They did complete a little bit of an assessment during her psychological evaluation. But I do think it's important that she continue screening just to show that she's maintaining sobriety.
Okay. And then as it relates to housing, I believe your report indicates there was going to be another home visit this week. Has that been done yet?
No, I was supposed to have one yesterday, but mother reported to me that her stepdad would not be there and she wanted someone there with her. So she did state that I could go out there on February 6th.
Okay. And is Ms. Bowles-White engaged in any parenting education classes or like supportive visitation that has a parent ed component in it?
She does have supportive visitation through Orchards, which is where she wanted to work with. I did complete a referral to the CPC at the beginning of the case, just in case Orchards had a wait list. And although I have spoken to Ms. Bowles-White numerous times, I just recently found out through the Orchards worker actually that she has been attending parenting education through CPC. But I was unaware of that until recently, but she started that back in November 17th.
Wonderful. And then as relates to any untreated mental health concerns, is there any progress that mom is making related to that barrier?
That was another thing that I've asked her about, but just found out recently through her psychological evaluation. She is stated in there that she had reported that she's attending therapy, which she had not reported to me, but I've been asking her since then who she's working with or where she's doing therapy, and I still don't have that information from her. So I'm not sure, I wasn't able to verify if she is or not participating in therapy.
Okay. And then as it's like some of the basic needs such as housing, we've discussed that. And then employment, looks like she at least provided proof of employment for the first 2 months of this review period. Did you get any updates or are you aware of any changes to her employment status?
I'm not aware of any changes, but the last pay stub I did get said 12/31 on there, but I have not gotten any since then.
Okay. And are there any outstanding referrals that need to be made or have been made since we were here last?
I did give her information through the Community Action Agency for their like finance and budgeting classes since that was recommended on her psychological evaluation. I gave her the phone number to that, as they had stated to me that she needs to call and get that set up, but I'm not sure if she has done that or not.
Okay. And as it relates to parenting time, can you tell us a little bit more about like the frequency and duration and any plans to increase that?
Yes, we have been offering 3 times a week for 2 hours each. She has been pretty consistent up until recently. I think her last visit was January 12th that she had. And she's either canceled or she's not confirmed, and so I have canceled. She did recently provide me with a note from an orthopedic doctor that stated that she should be off work from January 15th to the 26th. So I'm hoping she hasn't attended any visits in that time period. So I'm hoping, since it was up yesterday, that tomorrow she'll be able to start visiting again.
Okay. And then your report, it provides like a summary on relative placement search. Is there anything you want to highlight from that, or you could provide an update on?
Just that our agency did complete a relative safety assessment for placement. We did for her stepfather and mother. We did deny them based on concerns that we have with the housing, as she lives in the same home as they do, and also just with the lengthy CPS history that is there also. And there was another person that she had mentioned, but I've tried to call them twice and left messages and have not heard back yet.
Okay. During parenting time, are there any concerns about mom's interactions with the child or being prepared for the child?
As Mr. Howe has stated, she has been told a couple of times from the foster parent, myself, and the orchards worker, like, for example, how much formula the child is getting, what size diaper she's in, how often she's eating, things like that. And mom continues to put her in the wrong diaper or not be giving her enough formula at a time. And now the child has just started recently eating Gerber once a day also. So I haven't had a chance to talk to her about that part yet because I just found out before court, but she's very attentive during parenting time visits. She reads to her child. She rarely takes her phone out unless she's taking video or pictures of the child. My only concern with the parenting time, besides not being able to remember the details of how much she's eating and things like that, is that although she's attentive, the child does cry a lot during parenting times. And I think that mom has like a pocket full of things that she tries with the child, but not because really she's picking up on cues, but those are just things that she knows to do. But once she gets through those couple of things that she knows to do, she appears to get like overwhelmed and starts talking really loud, trying to tell the child to calm down. So that would be one of my concerns for the parenting times.
And is that something that is being actively addressed with orchards as well?
Yes.
Is there anything else from your court report or like any of the attachments, like the psychological, that you would like the court to just be aware of or highlight for the court's attention today?
Just that I did give mom in the beginning of the case like a 3-ring binder to keep all of the information for like service providers, parenting time dates, all of those kinds of things, because I thought it'd be easier for her if she had all of them in one place. But I have asked her a few times to bring that to parenting time, just so that I can kind of like go over it with her and update it with her, but she just always states that it's in someone's car or she forgot it, and I just feel like that would be helpful for her to have that all in one spot.
Thank you. With that, Your Honor, no further questions of Ms. Delgarza. I would ask the court to accept the court report for today's hearing.
Objections?
No objections.
Thank you. They are received. Questions, Mr. McFarland?
I do. As far as the drug testing, you're indicating that she's only tested for the legal controlled substance of THC, correct?
She tested positive for that on 122.
Right, which is legal, correct?
Yes,
And so are you saying that the only drug regimen would be just continued testing? Is that what I'm hearing?
yes.
Okay. How frequently and the methodology of that?
We've been trying to test her once a week when she has parenting time, but she did come in on 122 since she hadn't had parenting time just to drug screen with us. So I would say once a week still.
Okay. I don't see in your report where she appeared high or under the influence during visits, correct?
No,
That'd be correct, yes.
correct.
Okay. It sounds as though you need for her to sign a release for counseling. Am I hearing you correctly?
Yes.
You presented it to her to sign?
No, because I'm not sure who she's already seeing.
Okay, okay. So you need for her to tell you who she's seeing and then get a release, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us, just so she understands, what's the purpose of the release?
Just so that it's just like with all of the other service providers, just so that we can get monthly updates and that way we can provide an update to the court.
Okay, so what she's doing wouldn't be confidential then, correct? Because it's going to be put in the report and you would have knowledge of it.
The only information that I gather from therapists is what goals she's working on, if she's missed any appointments, and then how, like, her progress.
Okay, thank you. As far as it appears as though you believe that her medical leave was appropriate, it was signed by a doctor, right?
Correct.
And she missed some visits because of the medical leave. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yes.
It sounds as though that would probably trigger the American Disabilities Act because she was disabled and unable to attend visits. Do you believe that to be the case?
Yes, we are looking at trying to figure out how to add on those hours so that we can make those up.
Where does she have her visits right now?
They're at our office.
Is there a reason why perhaps under ADA compliance, she didn't take the child to her rather than make her come to the child?
Yes, just because the home when we were out there last was not appropriate for a child.
Maybe elaborate just a little bit.
Yes, there was cat litter scattered on the floor. There was a crib set up for her, but it was made out of PVC piping. She did have another crib that looked appropriate, but it was not set up.
Was there, let me just go back to the crib with the PVC. Was the spacing appropriate?
It looked like wobbly, not sure how else to.
You weren't sure about the stability. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
And then there was also like very small things, including coins that were on the floor that the child could get to if she was put down for tummy time or something like that.
Okay. Since it appears as though she had a medical issue, is she perhaps going to get some type of makeup visitation?
Yes, we're looking into how to add those hours onto her time.
Okay. Would it be helpful for mom to have a checklist that she can see what she needs to bring, such as diapers or other toys or distractions for the child? Might that be helpful for her to fill out and bring ahead of time, do you think?
I think so. I mean, she does a good job with what she brings. It's just like the wrong size diapers and things like that. But she does usually have all of the items that the baby needs.
Okay.
but I can make her check.
What size diapers does the child need?
She's moving up to size 3 now.
So moving up, does that mean she's in transition? She is on 3.
She's in transition, as far as I know.
What's wrong with 2s if she's in transition to 3? It sounds like she uses both if that's transition. Am I correct?
She can bring size 2, yes, but mom has been putting her in size 1, just too small.
Thank you. I didn't understand that. Okay. I know that you have some concerns about her parenting abilities. She's in parenting classes right now.
Yes.
Have you talked to the class or checked her material to see if it's addressing any of these issues that you have concerns with?
It is, like I said, I just found out that she had even been attending classes. But they did send me the classes and the topic of the days that she has already attended, and it does look like they're things that that she needs help with.
Okay. Do you give feedback to the parenting class people, or how does that work?
I do typically, if I try to get information just like I would with the therapist on how she's doing and if she's attending and things like that. They did not report back any concerns about her or anything, just that she had missed 2 visits for the same medical reason.
Just maybe by feedback, what I'm envisioning is you let them know what your concerns are so they can address that.
I can, I think I believe that they have like a very specific, like topics that they cover. It's more of a general parenting education than specific to her, but I can give them that information, yes.
Is there a way that we could cater for parenting classes so it's specific to these concerns that are being brought up? So it's not just perhaps glossed over?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. I know there's an awful lot on her case service plan that she's doing. Where is she putting her priorities where her priorities should be?
I think she is, yes. I can't speak for the housing since I haven't been out there, but that was one of the main concerns that we had.
Is the housing?
Yes.
Okay. My screen just went blank. Let me see if I have any more notes. We have no further questions. Thank you.
Mr. Howe.
Yes. Do you know if her plan is to continue to stay with her mom and stepdad for as far as housing goes?
That's my understanding. Her mother reports that she does not live there, and she just lives with her stepdad. But I'm unsure if she plans to stay there or move somewhere else.
And I guess what are the concerns with stepmom and, or I guess not stepmom, her mom and stepdad?
One of the concerns with her mom is that she was essentially hiding the other children that that mom had in care, and took them across state lines and was hiding them also. And then she was also charged or being charged with obstruction of justice for trying to hide this child as well. So that was one of the concerns. And then they have lengthy CPS history.
Does Ms. Bullswhite have transportation?
She does. I think they're sharing a car right now, if I understand correctly, but she does, yes.
But she has her license and everything?
Yes.
Nothing further.
What is the parenting time education, just CPC at this point? Is she on a wait list for Orchards? Is that what you said?
No, she's working with Orchards. They're doing like the supervising. They're supervising 2 of the visits a week.
Okay. Are they equipped to monitor her skill sets, keeping in mind some of the cognitive limitations that are that have been established in this case, similar to, for example, Brene Moore's got, I think, some pretty specific tools that she uses in those kinds of situations to gauge parents' effectiveness and help them learn basic cues.
I do think they are equipped. I I believe that she would benefit from even more than what she's doing right now, but I do believe that they are equipped, and I have lots of contact with them also.
All right, redirect or any questions based on my questions? Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. McFarland?
Just one, based upon your answer to the judge, when you answered that she might benefit from more in the parenting class line of things, am I hearing you correctly?
Yes, just something that maybe is more hands-on instead of just supervising.
What do you envision and who might be doing that? Or do you need to explore that? don't want to put you on the
I
spot.
do.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Nothing further.
Mr. Hope?
Nothing further.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat. Any other witnesses, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Witness testimony today, Mr. McFarland?
I'm just asking your honor. She does not, your honor.
Mr. Howard?
No, Your Honor.
Comments in closing?
I think, Your Honor. It seems like mom is making progress on her case service plan and things are being monitored well. It does seem that there's maybe not as consistent or thorough communication with mom to Ms. Del Garza. And so I would hope that during this next review period, some of those questions just regarding service providers and the progress we made in all areas can be monitored a little more closely. I think that Ms. Del Garza is going above and beyond our reasonable efforts standard. I know that Mr. McFarland has made a comment about needing ADA compliance. However, there was no proof brought into this hearing today that, in fact, this is a disability that would impair her long term. It sounds like maybe there was an injury that would maybe need to be some of the things that are happening in the case need to be modified. It sounds like Ms. Del Garza is doing that as well, and that everything is being addressed in a way that's appropriate given any developmental or cognitive concerns, especially the binder, and always being reminded of that. I think, again, we're on a good path forward, and we just ask for another 90-day review. Thank you.
Comments, Mr. McFarland?
Well, in any case service plan, there's always room for improvement, else we wouldn't be here. We understand that. I think the worker politely objectified what her concerns were and how to rectify that, and how my client will be in communication, and some of the deficits that she saw. And my client, as you can see, she has 2 splints, 1 on each wrist. So despite the snow and conditions, she's here today wishing to participate, which I think says a lot. So I think another review would be appropriate. I think we're going to sounds like perhaps tailor this case a little bit more for the specific concerns that the worker had. So thank you.
Mr. Howard?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. The court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's review hearing. We find that our caseworker, our guardian ad litem, and of course our attorneys have certainly satisfied their obligations to their clients as well as to the statute. Reasonable efforts towards the goal of reunification are certainly in place and ongoing. Included many of the highlights we heard from Ms. Del Garza today, as well as all of the detail contained in the court report and the exhibits that were received. There is still a risk of harm associated with returning the child to the parent in this case, or even expanding from supervised to unsupervised parenting time. And again, many of those things were highlighted by Ms. Del Garza. Touches the need to assist in reading the cues of the child during visitation, diverting frustration. We have the profile results on the child abuse potential inventory that indicate that this parent may feel more, frankly, my words, feel more confidence in her parenting skills than what's really there. And so there's a significant risk of harm associated with returning the child to the care of Ms. Bowles-White, or in expanding from supervised parenting time. We of course need to see her continue to work on parenting time skill building and stabilized housing, appropriate housing, and employment, and all of the other standard areas, maintain her sobriety. Make sure she's doing her treatment for mental health, so that she can have a safe and stable environment for herself and for her child. She's had some struggles on the physical health front as well, which seem to be interfering with parenting time. So I hope that's able to be cleared up, and she's certainly doing what she can to address those, which is great to see. All right, so the child will remain in her placement that is the safest and least restrictive under the circumstances. Thank you to the placement for taking care of her as well. And we'll go ahead and set this review as well as a 6-month review today. So that everybody can plan for it. So our 3-month review needs to be accomplished before the end of April. Looks like I have some time Tuesday, the 21st at 1:30 p.m. Does that work for everyone?
Yes.
You say February 21st?
April 21st at 1:30.
Thank you.
April 21st at 1:30 will be our next review and permanency planning hearing. And then July. How about July 21st at 1:30? Does that work?
No idea going that far out, but I'll put it down.
Okay, all right, appreciate it. So there's our plan for the next few months, and Ms. Ms. Reagan Bowles-White knows what she needs to work on, and unless there's any questions.
What was the July date and time again, Your Honor? July
The 21st at 1:30.
and April 21st also?
At 1:30.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Want to go
Thank
out
you.
in the hall?